I can't believe I'm saying this because, to be honest, I thought Liverpool were going to run away with the league this season. I thought Liverpool won the transfer window, but I was so wrong. Arsenal won the transfer window. Arsenal are going to win the league. And I'm going to explain why. Why I am 99.9% sure that Arsenal are going to win the league. Because this Arsenal squad is too good. It looks unbeatable. It's taken is a Soboslai world of free kick to beat them. City are beatable. Liverpool are out the title race. But why are Arsenal so much better than everyone else? I think a big part of that comes down to what they did this summer. Why they actually won the transfer window and not Liverpool. Their strategy, their everything. Because we're at that point in the season where we can see who's good, who's bad, who's it, who's not it. And we can see Arsenal is comfortably the best team in the league. And we're seeing an Arsenal that's different. Arsenal have bottled it. They've been second a lot. They've come close a lot. But this Arsenal team is so different to the previous Arsenal teams. There's more experience in there. There's more depth. Last season, when Odegaard was out, you collapsed. When Saka was out, you collapsed. If you'd lost Saliba or Gabriel, huge drop-off. You went and got Madueke, so he could come in when Saka was out and take the pressure off Saka to return. You got Eze, who can go in with Odegaard out. Hincapié can fill in for Gabriel out. Mascara can fill in for Saliba out. Gyökeres can fill in for Havertz out. All those players have been out that I've named. Marino could even come in. Arsenal won the window because Liverpool went for big names. Isak, Wirtz, Kirkis, Frimpong. Attack, bigger names. Ekatike. But Arsenal didn't necessarily go for big names. Some big names. Some of them is like, well, Norgard's just an obvious improvement on Jorginho. They didn't go for big names. They just thought Mascara, really good Saliba type player, good backup, good squad player. Hincapié can play left back, can play left centre back, really good technical pace, bit more aggressive than what we've got, good on the ball, good at breaking the lines. Zubimendi, incredibly technical player, huge improvement on Partey on the ball. Eze, a player that can win you games, star quality. Madueke, someone that is hungry, that likes to have shots, that likes to make things happen, that can play left wing, right wing. Gyökeres, a natural number 9 that's at the top of his goal scoring game. What Arsenal did is they didn't go out and go, we're going to get this player here, this player here, this player here, and get all the big names. If Arsenal gone out in the window and gone, we want Vinicius Jr., we want Jude Bellingham, we want this player, that player, and all these big names, it doesn't always work. Arsenal built a team. Liverpool brought loads of brilliant players, but Arsenal have built a team. If you look at the balance, when it comes to technical balance, when it comes to physical balance, when it comes to squad balance, in that Arsenal team, that is why they're going to win the league. Because Liverpool are so low in defensive midfield, they're so low at the back, whereas Arsenal, Hincapié can cover, Mascara can come in, Ben White can cover Timber, Lewis Skelly can cover Calafiore. Arsenal are so physically dominant, and their backups to those players are so physically dominant, but they've also got great technicality with someone like Zubimendi that can break the lines. Saliba's really technically good. Timber's really technically good. But the other thing about Arsenal is they didn't have game winners. I said other than Saka, Arsenal lack game winners. Someone that has that Bruno Fernandes, Mo Salah, even if they're not having a good game, is going to have a moment that's going to win a game. Eze can do that. Eze can score free kicks, goals from outside the box. Produce that pass to Declan Rice in the second minute versus Tottenham, where Declan Rice nearly put you 1-0 up. Eze can win games. Eze is a game winner. Madueke has a high shot volume, is unpredictable and likes to make things happen. Gyökeres is a game winner. Arsenal went into the window and went, we're not going to sign the biggest names or necessarily the biggest stars, but we're going to sign a good mix of physical players, technical players, squad balance players, but also players that can make things happen, moments players. Because Arsenal's biggest issues were depth, predictability, not breaking down low blocks. They sorted their depth. They've become unpredictable with the signings of Gyökeres, Madueke, Eze, and they've got a winner. They've got a game winner in Eze. Arsenal won the transfer winner because they didn't go for the best 11 players on the pitch. They went for balance, depth, a mixture of the right physical and technical attributes. And that is why Arsenal are going to win the league this season, because I don't see anyone getting near their squad. I really don't. I don't see people getting near Arsenal, getting near their squad. Mascara's and Hincapié start for, you could argue, pretty much nearly all the Premier League sides and their bench options. Eze, what's going to happen with Odegaard? They're going to play together because Eze is clearly better as a 10. Madueke to come off the bench. Like, you've got Trossard and Saka starting, but Madueke and Martinelli, your bench options. Like, that's really good options. Like, Martinelli was a big part of your title race in, 23. Gyökeres is a top player. I know he's been hit and miss, but his hold up, and I think he provides a really good focal point. Zubimendi is arguably been the signing of the summer. Norgaard's just there for depth. Kepa's just there because you need a second keeper. But every signing Arsenal have made has filled a gap. Every signing has strengthened the core of your side and filled a gap. Whereas Liverpool didn't get that centre back, and when they didn't get Zubimendi, they turned Gravenberch into a DM who is still naturally an 8. And Liverpool have this gap where they clearly need maybe a DM because Gravenberch I think will be an 8 long term and a centre back. Arsenal have that core, and the best teams have 2 good centre-backs and a DM that forms that triangle, and Arsenal have that. In fact, Arsenal kind of have a square with Declan Rice and Zubimendi, but Rice is slightly further ahead, and Gabriel and Saliba, they have that square, and that square is the foundation to every good title-winning side. They always have that kind of square that carries them on, you know. If you look at the Rodri, Diaz, Stones example, we look at it, and Arsenal have that square. Liverpool had it last year because Konate was good, Van Dijk was at his peak last year, and Gravenberch was unreal. But if you look at Matip, Fabinho, Van Dijk as well, every title-winning team has that triangle, has that square. Liverpool don't quite have that. City is sort of establishing what that is maybe, but Gonzalez has been great. Arsenal have that, and what they have is if Gabriel comes out of that square, Hincapié can come in. If Saliba comes out, Mosquera can come in. Whereas in the past, Saliba got injured, your title chances were over. You've got that depth. And that is why Arsenal are going to win the league, because I just think no one can get close to them because their squad is so good. They are dismantling Spurs 4-1, destroying Tottenham with no Odegaard, no Gyökeres, no Havertz, no Jesus, none of those players that I named, no Gabriel. Their best player in Gabriel is out. Both the strikers are out. The captain Odegaard is out. And they destroy Tottenham. They absolutely destroy Tottenham. And I look at City and I think City's great and they've got this amazing attack, but City are beatable. I look at Arsenal and I don't know how you beat them. And that is why I'm worried Arsenal are going to win the league, because of the depth, because they don't look beatable. The other teams look beatable. And I want to give credit to signing of the summer, Martin Zubimendi. A lot of credit Martin Zubimendi needs. I think he's been unreal. I think you needed 1 or 2 games to get used to the tempo. But he has transformed Arsenal's midfield. Elite on the ball, calm under pressure, brilliant at breaking the lines. And the biggest part is he's unlocked Declan Rice to step up high, to dominate games in the final third. That run Declan Rice made him behind from that Eze ball that almost put Arsenal 1-0 up. Declan Rice has the license to do that because Zubimendi is back, setting the tempo, controlling. But Declan Rice is so physically good. He's this ground-covering monster, this duel-winning monster. And then you've got Zubimendi that's very good defensively, but also very technically good on the ball at breaking lines. And that's what I mean. Arsenal have built a team. It's not 11 individuals. It is a team that plays so well together, that's so well blended together, that fits so well together. Because I look at Liverpool and they don't look physically great. If you actually look at Liverpool's numbers, their duels won per game is so much lower than Arsenal. They're not winning the second balls. Tottenham went to Arsenal with the game plan of winning the second balls and imposing themselves physically. They couldn't do that. Bar Sunderland, no one in the league has been able to match Arsenal physically, but Arsenal also have a great amount of technicality and also star quality with the likes of Eze and Saka. You know, the only team that really gives Arsenal issues physically, I think, is Sunderland and Newcastle. And Arsenal did pretty much bully Newcastle. I know they won it late 2-1, but I felt that Arsenal did enough to win that game. I look at it and I just think that if you look at the physical levels between this Arsenal and Liverpool side, it's crazy. It's crazy. Liverpool look less fit. They look weaker. They look easier to push off the ball. I was getting annoyed because I wanted Tottenham to win yesterday. And every time Tottenham had the ball, they couldn't keep it because Rice is there, Zubimendi is there. And Arsenal were just on top of them. 24/7 on top of them. Like, Tottenham couldn't do much with the ball. And some of it is down to the way Thomas Frank has set up Tottenham so negatively there. But Tottenham couldn't do anything on the ball. Arsenal were just there. Tottenham gave a shot. Tottenham had 0.05 XG. Like, Arsenal only conceded because the silly moment and Richarlison scored a great goal. Like, this Arsenal side is nearly impossible to score against, to break down, to create anything against. But unlike last season, where if you sat deep and frustrated Arsenal, they might not score and you might get a draw, this season Arsenal do score. Whether it's the last minute versus Newcastle, you know, they keep scoring Arsenal. This Arsenal side do score. This Arsenal side find a way to get goals because they've got players like Eze that can win a game, Saka that can win a game, Gyökeres, Declan Rice. It's not just set pieces. It's 4 open play goals versus Tottenham. Tottenham, who's been very good defensively, was set up very defensively under Thomas Frank. In fact, Tottenham couldn't have been more defensive, and Arsenal got 4 open play goals against them. Last season, I think Arsenal were predictable. They lacked the game-winning players. I think Partey could be a liability in possession at times last season. But this season, I look at Arsenal and they've added Eze, Gyökeres, Madueke. They're all players that have high shot volume before they came to Arsenal, that are known for taking on players, known for running at players, known for taking risks. And I sometimes was maybe negative about Arsenal and Arteta for being too passive, too boring, not taking risks. And I was like, that's why Arteta won't win a trophy, because he's too scared. But you've now got those players that want to take the risks, that are unpredictable, on top of having the strongest defence. And I look at Arsenal's balance and I just think they've scored the most goals, they have the best defensive record, they're the best set-piece team in the league. Despite no Havertz, Odegaard, Jesus, Gabriel, they battered Tottenham. They've had Saka missing at times, Saliba missing at times. And even with a lot of those players out, they had Martinelli, Madueke, Norgard, Lewis Skelly, Dalman, the best 15-year-old in the world, arguably, and Nwaneri on their bench. So even if they lose a few players, they can still cope with it. And every time they go 1-0 up, you think, well, they ain't going to concede. They've won the game. They're suffocating teams. They're outrunning teams. They're dominating duels. City, you can beat them. Liverpool, you can beat them. Arsenal, I don't see anyone beating them, and that worries me. I just feel like they're going to win the team. And Eze's arrived, a bit slow start, but Eze arrived. He was going to prove a point versus Tottenham. You knew he was going to score versus Tottenham, and he announced himself with that hat-trick. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. Bye.